So in today's video, everyone, I'm going to talk to you about how to do a proper MAF test.
I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on, on and on. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see, cause I can feel the energy.
Okay, that was an epic run. Like that was my first long run since my 50 miler. So kind of happy with it. Just went out for a half marathon. Just get the legs going, just getting out there. Just felt good. If you're a new subscriber, welcome aboard, where we talk about everything about running and heart rate training. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to do a proper MAF test. Now, the first thing you're going to want to know, is you're going to need a heart rate monitor, whether it's a wrist-based, a strap, an arm band, earbuds, whatever it is. You're going to need to be able to measure your heart rate. That's number one. Number two, it's a given. You need running shoes, comfortable running shoes. Number three, I'm actually going to start running out of trying to count because I'm probably going to forget. So number three, you are going to take the following formula. 180 minus your age equals your maximum aerobic heart rate. Okay, that is your MAF number. Now, if you have been running for 2 or more years and you haven't been injured and you haven't gotten colds, then you can add on an additional 5 beats. Okay? Now, if I've severely complicated things for you, it's going to get more complicated. No, I'm just kidding. It gets easy, but you're not going to like me on the next bit. According to Dr. Phil Maffetone, he has stated that if you are on any medication whatsoever, you have to reduce by 10 beats. Don't shoot the messenger, what I'm just saying. This is what he tells. This is what he says. And this is the way it works. All right. Now, the reason that you reduce by 10 beats is your your body is under stress when it's taking medication. That is the reason. All right. You may have an elevated heart rate because of it. So again, it's all being factored in. Now, he's done this since the late 1970s. These aren't just numbers pie out of the sky. He's done research on all of this. The only part that he hadn't really done research is if you are over 60, I think 65, or if you are in your teenage years, you may have to play around with that number. You may have to add an additional 10 beats on, or you may have to reduce. You may have to figure this out on your own, unfortunately, because he didn't have the data to actually come up with a number necessarily in those higher ranges or the lower ranges. Okay, so again, it's an open system, and he stated it's an open system. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to run at the same place every single month Okay, you're going to do this test once a month, and you're going to go out for a 3 or a 6 mile, okay? Either a 5K or a 10K. And you're going to run around a track, okay, to measure your heart rate every kilometer, all right? It's doing it all with your watch. The thing is you are going to have to warm up for 15 minutes. Now, some of you may say, Dave, I am warming up. I can't run any faster. My run is my warm-up. I get it, all right? But the reason for the warm-up is you don't want to just come out of your house and go for a run, because the first 2 kilometers are going to be, or the first 2 miles, right? They're going to be all over the place with heart rate. It's going to be low. It may be high. It may fluctuate. So by getting out and doing like a fast walk or a slow jog, whatever you need to do, just to kind of get things going, all right? If you have a chest strap, you may need to make sure that the connection on your skin is really good. You may have to get the gel that goes underneath to make the really good connections. Okay, you may have to use some water, whatever it is, right? Really important. Same thing with watch, man. You want to make sure that the optical sensor is clean. I don't know what number I'm on, guys. I'm just going to throw numbers up on the screen because I can't remember. Putting all joking aside. So now that you've established your heart rate, you've got your heart rate monitor, you know that you got to do a warm-up and you're going to be running around the track, okay? And you do that once a month. Now, the other thing is you want to make sure that you do it at the same time of day, all right? Ideally, you want to do it in the same type of conditions when it comes to weather. Now, you're going to say, Dave, that's kind of impossible. And I'm going to say you're absolutely right, unless you live in the tropics. Okay? Stephen, I'm talking to you. Because honestly, it's just hot down there all the time. And you can just go out and you'll know what your heart rate is going to do because you're running it all the time. Now, the reason why you want to run in the same type of condition is the temperature is going to affect your heart rate. The humidity is going to affect your heart rate. The cooler temperatures are going to affect your heart rate. So trying to compare an MAF test from February to one in July, it ain't gonna happen, all right? So go out and do those runs, right? And then you can write down how fast you were on the first mile or the first kilometer, second mile, second kilometer, and write that down. Because as you run around the track, ideally, your pace is going to slow down. And that is exactly what it should do. Now, if your heart rate is still going strong at the same pace and you're going well, you will eventually hit a cardiac drift and it'll kind of fall off, okay? But you should be getting slower. Now, general questions that people have is, am I gonna lose my fitness? Am I gonna get slower? Look, you're building your aerobic engine. You're gonna work on your heart, okay? And yes, you're gonna lose some of your top end speed. Your VO2 max is gonna go slow, but the thing is you're not training for VO2 max. You're not training to run fast 800-meter repeats, right? You're looking for endurance. You wanna get your heart, your cardiac system, right, in a good position to be able to endure. That's why we call it endurance sports, right? So you wanna know that yes, you will be able to do faster workouts after you build up your base, okay? And the Maffetone method basically says that, okay? It's not all slow heart rate training. It is a combination, but you gotta at least do about 3 to 6 months of base building. You may wanna even do a year, okay? Or even longer, just depends on where you're coming from, okay? Look, races are canceled. You got the opportunity to work on it, all right? During the rest of the week, how are you going to run? You're gonna go out and just do regular runs, right? You have that 10 beats to play with, right? So if today I'm going out to do a half marathon, it's gonna be a slower run than, let's say, on my Tuesday run, okay? Tuesday I may do, an hour and a half, but I may do it at, 1:38, right? But I know that I've got 10 beats to play with. So when I go out for, a longer run, I'll go ahead and I will do it slower. I may do it at a 1:32, right, beats per minute. That's the thing. You've got that zone to play around with. Now the thing also to know is if you run at your maximum aerobic pace, right? If I run at 138 or if I run at 128, I will eventually get faster at the 138 than I will at the 128. That's another thing that I've learned, and he's actually talked about as well. Now again, you want to probably purchase the book, right? The big yellow book here on the screen. It's very helpful if you want to get it on iBooks. You can buy it online as well. Anyways, that's just some of the things that I'm talking about, guys. So you're running around the track. So now all of your runs are going to be in that zone, and you're going to do it for however long it is that you want to do it. Now again, you may want to incorporate some tempo runs, some faster runs, after you've worked on your base for a number of months. All right? Ideally, you should get faster each month. You should be progressing, right? You should be getting faster at the same heart rate. That's what should happen. Hopefully I explained that aspect of it. Now, because there's all kinds of other videos in here that talks about other things that you'll want to do. That's how you do a proper MAF test. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to eat some chili that I made.
I really wanted
all right,
to
guys,
get it right.
hope all is well, and get out there and run.